Welcome to part 2 of the Golden Sun 1 Reloaded Retrospective Challenge Run. I will not be repeating the rules or the extra info, so if you wish to hear them, go to the first video. Now then, on to the challenge part 2. We start by finishing the Djinn tutorial and setting Flint to standby so he cannot help us. Yes, it's standby, not set. Part 1 me is a fucking dumbass. We then try to enter the nearby town called Vault and get a cutscene where a merchant caravan is stuck and decides to pick the worst possible option, and then proceeds to go into the locked town of Olympia, which will not end well. Well, I would say we would go to Vault if I didn't stay on this goddamn dialogue box like a goddamn moron for 5 fucking minutes straight. Entering Vault, we see a bandit-like character who totally isn't evil. And upon entering the house he's right under, we meet a unique character sprite, who then reads our minds and comes off more awkwardly than I do when talking to strangers on a daily basis. He then tells us he lost his rod somehow in town and wants us to help him find it, and also tells me the type better. He will then join up with us once we agree to find his rod. The weapon type of rod. What? What, did you think it was the other type of rod? No, this is a fucking kid's game. What the hell's wrong with you? Or, in this case, myself, as my mind is always in the goddamn gutter. So I always take lines out of context whenever necessary. It's both a blessing and a curse. Anyway, we then read the mind of the evil-looking character from before and find out he's actually a bandit. Because, shocker, the evil character sprite is actually evil. This is a kid's game after all. It isn't a goddamn Japanese RPG where every character secretly turns into Hitler at the end of the game. Or magically resurrects Hitler with a freaking sunglasses on him. Heading into the inn and going upstairs, we see two bandits talking. Once again, we stand perfectly still and out in the goddamn open and get seen. We then go through a minigame where we trap one and read his mind, after having to walk backwards to fail said minigame on purpose. Knowing that they're the ones that stole a valuable rod and their valuables, we then go into the top of the roof of the inn, where after removing a crate, we find a guy trapped, and right before we can talk with him, 2 purple bandits and a brown bandit shows up, thus thrusting us into our first boss battle and an info dump about the game's mechanics inside a battle. Minus Djinns, because that will be explained in a later part, mainly in the giant fucking rant in part 3. In Golden Sun, during battle, you get a variety of options to choose from to do battle and or deal with. You get 3 main options of fight, run, and status. Holding B on run makes you almost always run away, which is an interesting little tidbit. Status lets you check your status, obviously. Then inside a fight, you get attack with your equipped weapon. Use their Finistry, where if the Finistry targets multiple foes, one target takes most of the damage, where the rest takes slightly less. I don't know the exact amount. Bigger AoE ones let you have 3 main targets. There's also healing and support Finistry. Then we got the Djinns summons, of which I'll go into during part 3 probably. Maybe. We'll find out. Then you got items, and then defending, which feels like reduces damage by around 60%-ish. Once again, I don't know the exact values for half these goddamn things, so I am going off feel alone. Thank God I'm good at estimating. After we defeat the bandits, we can go to the mayor's house to the Water of Life, and an item that will let us revive a character in battle. And the only way to revive that character in battle is we need 4 of each Djinn active to get the Finistry to revive people. I proceed to not grab it like a goddamn moron. Oh, and Ivan leaves us. Also, here's the part where I would say we try to follow Ivan into Olympia, but I actually did that before entering Vault because I'm a goddamn moron. Anyway, we then proceeded to Goma Cave, where the entrance was blocked off by a stump covered in vines. We can't move it with our move Finistry, but then suddenly Ivan shows up and uses synergy he doesn't have access to with his ROM hack without a Venus Djinn. Also, he shouldn't be able to do it unless I give him Flint, so he's currently hacking. Fun! I should mention that using the Djinn to progress story and new puzzles is fine. It's just in battles where I forbade them. Moving a rock and then whirlwind in the entrance, we can enter into Goma Cave, where the enemies proceed to kick my ever-loving ass because of the reloaded mod and because I'm stubborn and didn't delete my equipment. Only noble thing in here, by the way, is a fightable fire Djinn. And next to Goma Cave, we reach a town called Biblin, and while we could progress through a normal way, let's choose the hard way, because I am a masochist. So, by going north, we can enter Biblin Cave, where, well, you know how with reloaded mod stats are, well, as I said before several times, increase? Well, this area is meant to be explored after you do all the other content you can possibly do. So what happens if you go to a place around 4 levels under in a ROM hack where your stats are buffed? That's right! You get a completely fucking obliterated and have to just scrape by dodging half the goddamn battles. Then after doing so, we finally reached the goddamn town of Emil, where our 4th main character is. And then, by completely failing to voice this line over 10 times, we enter the house. We first fuck. Old man gets a fuck hard at fuck. Go find girl called Mia, fuck. Upon entering the house, we see Mia healing the old man. When then, we see a massive explosion, and Mia mentions Alex's name and heads off towards one of the 4 lighthouses. We then follow her to the Mercury Lighthouse, and after seeing she's stuck and helping her with a few puzzles she can't do, we then have to fight a lizard man for her, even though she has the stats to soul it herself. Then, we can finally explore Mercury Lighthouse, or take Mia all the way back to the other end of the game, do all the content there, but that's less fun! Let's pick the hard way, motherfuckers! After a bit of filler, because my editing software doesn't allow me to time shift stuff, and I have to speed up things in terms of 2, 4, 8, or 16, and I can't just modulate the time however I fucking want, because OpenShot is annoying, but fun. Now get to Mercury Lighthouse's main 2 puzzles. Moving pipes to make water flow everywhere, which is kind of fun, and then the actual fun thing, jumping on water. 4 jumps, then you're sent back to where you are. Oh, and there's also waterfalls you can go inside of. Keep in mind this for later. Yes, keep in mind this for later, I think, good brain. And near the end of the dungeon, we meet our first Mimic, treasure chest monsters that will shred us to pieces. We also get a Mercury Djinn, and after progressing through the lighthouse with massive goddamn injuries, holy fucking shit, we are so under goddamn leveled! We reach the top of the lighthouse and meet Saturos as the others flee. We get fucking curious enough and decide to battle him like way underleveled and get promptly destroyed. So after leaving Saturos to do his thing, we head back to Blibbin and see Lord McCoy inside his palace. Hey, so editing Zane here. I'm once again letting you know I am a fucking dumbass, and there's no footage of me fighting Saturos early because I knew it'd be pointless. I'm a fucking idiot. But it's fun, and these bloopers are fun. Instead of making them their own blooper video, I figured I'd just add bloopers like this into the main content because it makes it more funny. At least for me. And that's what matters the most, that I enjoy making these. And I hope you enjoy them too. I'm laughing my ass off over this shit half the time. After probably laughing our ass off at me being a fucking dumbass, we finally go back to Biblin, and go see Lord McCoy in his palace. We enter Lord McCoy's throne room and have a cutscene where basically we just pretend to be mercenaries and warriors, and then he proceeds to almost give us the key for the barricade, who then sees up through our ruse and proceeds not to give us the key, where we then decide to just break down the barricade ourselves because we have fucking magical powers and can burn wood easily. Or in this case, move one simple fucking piece of cardboard. What a great barricade. And we now go all the way back to Mercury Lighthouse to fight whatever the fuckernos, and holy shit, I have to like go back and forth my goddamn script because I did not watch the video while making the script. I'm not fucking that up next time, because holy shit, the amount of fucking ad-libbing I've had to do for this script is insane. As a side note, I think I almost fucking beat him too, but whatever, we'll come back a bit later when we're like 3 levels higher after the entire next segment. On to whatever the fuck the next town's called. Upon entering the town that I don't know the name of and refuse to look it up, we see that everyone in the town is trees. Ivan then reads the mind of the trees to confirm they are in fact humans. After we are hit with ultrasonic synergy waves and are unable to move, as tree semen, pollen, starts raining down, and our synergies make a bubble barrier around us to protect us from the pollen, to prevent us from becoming trees. Then it happens the second time, but we can move. And then Tret, who is doing this, gets angry, and L'Oreal and Column Tree both explain to us that the forest is dying, and when Tret dies, everyone turned into a tree will die as well. L'Oreal wants to hear our heroes, wants our help, but Tret calmly and politely tells us to fuck the hell off. The forest here is the nether ending of the dungeon, but it does have some amazing music. And here's the session of me going through the entire dungeon with the music in the background. As a side note, before the music starts, it's Kiloma or Coloma. I don't know. I don't care. You can pronounce it however you want. I'm going with Coloma because it just sounds better. After going through the forest, we get to L'Oreal and Shred, where we, after talking to them and reading their minds for shits and fucking giggles, we can then enter inside Shred, beginning, honestly, one of the most odd dungeons in this game. It's fun, but, no, it's one of those dungeons you just kind of don't remember randomly. The only thing really notable inside Shred's dungeon is that we can traverse him using his branches, and we can jump on the inside on his nuts and just go through places. And getting to the middle by falling through nuts in a specific order, we can reach the bottom, where we then use a retreat ministry. And then I proceed to go all the way back to Saturnos to fight him again. And, well, I think we all know how well that goes. I then spent a ridiculous amount of time grinding 3 levels in the Mercury Lighthouse, and then fight Saturnos again. Yes, we are not even at Tret properly yet, because I'm stubborn enough to do it this way. We then finally defeat Saturnos. Editing Zane here, I was getting tired of script writing at this part, and I just proceeded to rush without trying to correct any of my typing at all. So I'm going to say this as it is typed, and you are going to try to figure it out on your own. Both to explain Shito us agid stall foreign time whole Saturnos in heels. He explains that the Lufthauf's weakness is Cyrenos. Yer somehow doesn't affect Yari. We stand completely still and watch as the Tio League. afterwards, we can get their super god, Waktor, at the Voss Ultharite house and bring it to Treff, where he will no longer be suicidal, and will restore everyone back to normal. Now we can fet to all of the worst segments of this run. Entering into the Chinese-themed waterfall area, we can talk to an old man with mind read, where we will then be tested for a synergy power we need by doing, you guessed it, another fucking filler dungeon that isn't even that notable, aside from the spikes that do 1 fucking damage when you step on them, and the Mimic. Have a taste. And by have a taste, I mean here is the entire dungeon, in length, at like, I don't know, probably like 32 times speed. I don't know! I'm bored. I like seeing the sped up footage. It's funny! Epilepsy warning, I guess? Honestly, I should have that across all these videos. A lot of these are probably epileptic. Oh, fuck. I didn't think of that till now. After getting forced, we can head to the Mughal Forest, where the Wow, I typed this amazingly. After getting forced, we can head in the Mughal Forest, where we force monsters out of tree trunks to show us where to go. Or we can just brute force it. I don't think the game lets you until you have this ministry anyway. Reaching the bottom of the forest, we knock the last ape out from the trunk as he gets really pissed off and fights us, and poses a fucking challenge as it nearly fucking kills us. The ape actually fucking kills us. So we then end up farming like 3 more levels out and barely scrape by. Seriously, Ivan and Isaac are in death's row. That ape almost fucking killed us. And then, by just barely walking and escaping any encounter we come across, we barely enter Xian alive. Xian? I'm gonna go with Xian, just to make things easier for myself. We enter Xian, where we can find a Mercury Digit by making this woman drop her water. Bucket. Drop her water. Bucket. This is a kid's game. Get your mind out of the goddamn gutter. At least until the literal tentacle monster in either part 3 or part 4, depending on what happens, then we can go back into the gutter together. Entering the dojo and knocking the log down with force, one of the students is impressed, and before he can send his teacher, what the fuck? His daughter have a fur because he can't understand his foster has psychic powers now. He then sees what we did and explains that she and Synergy are different. Yeah, no, the third game proves that wrong with one of the main fucking characters being used in Ministry, if I recall correctly. I don't know, we'll get to that when we get to that. Leaving the town, we finally reach the worst part of this entire fucking run. Alton. Oh my fucking god, Alton. This place is utter hell, and you will see why in part 3, as half of part 3 will be on this segment alone. Maybe not all of part 3. Maybe I'll split it into part 4. Maybe the entirety of part 3 will just be this. Who knows? We'll find out. I'm using a different editing software next time, so we'll have to find out the fun way. Spoilers for next time, by the way. So, 3, 2, 1. I end up at a level you can beat the game at before I end up beating the segment after grinding for at least 5 hours on 5 times speed. Yeah, see you in part 3 where it's fun. It's gonna be fun for you, ain't gonna be fun for me. Not gonna be fun for me at all. Thank you for watching part 2 of this challenge. Sorry if I'm a bit stuttery and shit. I am not good at outros like this. I'm trying to get me and then my elderly parents out of poverty, because it's a long story that I don't want to get into right now, and it's a mess. I'm basically on borrowed time, and figured I'd start making videos to help get myself out of that. So if you want to support me and the channel and my parents after I get myself out of my situation, there's a Ko-Fi in the description. Don't forget to like and subscribe or whatever that crap. I'm not good at this. Tune in hopefully next month for part 3. Later this month for part 3. I'm trying to make a video once every month. Give or take. Anyway, next time's going to be part 3, where it's going to be fun for you, not fun for me. Ciao. And thanks for listening to this last part. I'm bad at expressing my emotions, but this does kind of mean a lot. I hope. Once again, sorry. Bad at expressing my emotions. It does mean a lot. Just I can't express it because fuck. A lot of being socially awkward. Yay! Editing Zane here as a final note for the video ends. Holy shit, I did all the audio in one session with the new video editor I got, and oh my god, yes, not having things lag when I add one thing in is so fucking good. Yes, fuck! Anyway, thank you for watching the video. Hope you have a good day. At least, I hope so. It's always a hopefully, because, well, this world's a fucking bitch. Anyway,